Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Uncivil Law, where we learn through the misfortunes of others. As always, I hope you'll enjoy this legal education content. And today will be the day I earned that subscription. For today's story, we are covering the day that was May the 19th, and the end of what is this now? Week 5 of the trial? I guess it must be. This has been going on for a little while now, but we are nearing the end, my friends. Next week is it. 4 days left of testimony, which looks like it's going to be the rebuttal case. I don't believe Amber Heard formally arrested today, but I don't think she has any witnesses either. So either we're ending early on Monday with Amber Heard's case, or we're picking up with Johnny Depp's case on Monday. Well, I guess we're going to pick up with Johnny Depp's case on Monday in either event. It's just a question of when. And we also learned that Amber Heard's side is rapidly running out of time. They only have, I think, 8 hours left today, as of today. And Johnny Depp's team has 18. So that means that Johnny Depp is definitely in the lead on all these things, which is really, really good for him. You know, it's nice when you get control and you can just kind of do whatever the hell you want. That's a really, really plus. Thanks for all the hearts, Peggy. That's very, very nice. Hi from Poland. Hi for everyone. Thank you for the 3,700 of you who are currently here. Thank you very much. As always. Yeah, and let's get to 80,000 today. If the subscribe button is red, remember the subscribe button is angry with you. And you can make it not angry by simply clicking on it. It wants to be petted. The way to pet it is clicking on the red, and it will be happier. Excellent. So anyways, we're going to be discussing the day and discussing where we are in terms of everything that's going on and try to assess what's going on and see, most critically, just how much life there is left in me. Because, it's been that kind of couple days. But that's okay. I'm going to pretend like I have energy until I can't pretend anymore, because that's how I roll. Great. So let's discuss the day and what witnesses we heard today. So we started the day with Bruce Witkin, a longtime former friend of Depp. And, we heard all the kind of same things we've heard about from so many of these friends. Wine, weed, drugs, just same old, a little blow at Dr. Kipper. Why not? Just this same old thing. It's another person who wants to testify that, yes, Johnny Depp took drugs. I saw him do it with the drugs. He used the drugs from time to time. This is like novel information we had never heard before. What an amazing shock this was to our day. Really woke me right up. Johnny Depp uses drugs, they say? Who knew? And who should be joining us? Well, it's none other than the newest member of the 90,000 subscriber club entering the forum. It is our friend, Richard Hogue.
Look at my giant face. Crazy. Yeah. Hey, Kurt, how you doing? I heard there was a party stream over here.
There is a party stream, and everyone's invited because it's the best party stream on the law tubes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, I know we were just talking about it on Legal Bites, but I think I have about a half hour before my neurons stop firing today.
Yes. Well, I have a half hour before the fatal familial insomnia kicks in, and it's the end. So, we'll see how it goes.
Right. Okay. Well, something to look forward to for us both.
Fantastic. Yes. So we were just starting the day off, just finished talking about Bruce Witkin. It was a short discussion. Former friend, drugs, end of discussion.
A crazy hair. I mean, like, that guy did not have any qualms about appearing on the deposition, seemingly having rolled right out of bed. And
I appreciate his ownership of it. I appreciate the ownership of the hair. He's got a style. He's got a style, and I appreciate him for it. I forgot to turn up the mics, and even some people reminded me.
Now, Kurt, did you remember to make this stream public?
I did remember to do that. I remember to do that part of making it public. And fortunately, someone reminded me about the mics, because they reminded me like 20 minutes ago, and that information has long since passed out of my memory. But I did remember to make it public, and I just fixed the mics. So thank you for reminding me.
Just find it all. Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me 5 minutes into it instead of 40 minutes into it, like the last time. At least it's public, so people can actually see what's happening.
Which, the key is telling people about this.
It is helpful. It is helpful when you make the stream public, so people can find it. I realize that might be good in terms of my channel growth. And in
Yeah,
terms of getting people to subscribe, you know what would really help is if I made the streams available for people to find them.
for folks to know that they're streams. Yeah, I
That
think that
would
makes a lot of sense.
that's probably a good goal. I seem to remember reading that once in some sort of YouTube marketing thing. Little known strategy, make your streams available so people can find them.
I think that checks out. That feels right.
It does feel right. Yes, for sure. So yeah, that's where we started the day with a friend and nothing new. All right, then we got Tracy Jacobs, a former agent,
Okay.
talking about the difficulties of representing the actor over the last 10 years. Yeah, really, really difficult, I'm sure, with this major star who's getting all the parts like ever.
And if I understand correctly, the last 10 years there was something like 05 to 15. So it was something like that, right? Her last 10 years of representing him. So that's like that's Pirates time.
Yeah.
Like that's the Pirates era.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he's talked about Depp's anger issues and showing up late, which sounds like something that happens quite a lot. So, you know.
It does, but she also testified to, did you have any trouble getting him work there at the end? And she's like, no, we were able to get movies straight through. So like everything she said, because Heard's team is trying to set up, oh, well, he's late. Oh, he does drugs. Oh, he drinks. It's like, she's actually on. Elaine asks the question, did you have any trouble? She's an agent. Of course, she's not going to say she had any trouble. And she says, no, everything was fine. It's like, doesn't that obliterate everything you were just trying to set up?
It does pretty much obliterate it. It's like the one question. It's like, yeah, well, there were all these problems. Did any of those problems matter? No.
Doesn't seem right.
Moving on.
Yeah,
no.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I absolutely have some Clemson on today. Got to represent the paw. Ooh, yeah.
LawTube randomly has like just really strong collegiate affiliations.
Yeah.
That we bring up from time to time. So it's because I got my Michigan mug. I yell "Go Blue." My super chatters make me say "Go Buckeyes" from time to time. Always feels uncomfortable, but they paid me. So no, it's a good rivalry. It's a good rivalry. Clemson wins national titles.
It does win national titles. Michigan used to do that.
We won one in my lifetime, I think.
Okay, well, that's good. We won more than one in my lifetime. Joining us now, it is my brother-in-law, the man from New York, former police officer, current litigator, champion of the law tubes and women's soccer. It is none other than our friend, Nate the Lawyer Represents.
It's actually a great intro because I totally want to just spend like 2 hours with Nate going over how crazy those CBAs are.
We could go 2 hours over this crazy case. This is like insanity, my God.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Well, I just want to make it very clear too. I wasn't with the NYPD. I was actually a law enforcement officer, which is known as a peace officer. But I think in Texas, all the cops there are peace officers. Here in New York, they're all a peace officers, but you work for different agencies. So
I see. Okay.
But it's interesting. I'm going to say it. I can't talk about it because you're here, Hogue. I forgot you don't know about the whole Whitney stuff yet.
You're talking about Jennifer Howell. Well, look, I don't know how long you're gonna be here.
Surprised about it. So
I'm only gonna be here like 20 more minutes. If you're still here, Nate, you guys can gossip all you like.
I'm forgetting. No. I got a video. I got a video dropping about it.
I'm
hitting it hard. Well, no, because I went through the testimony, baby, and I was like, yeah, she's straight up lying. But I don't. But would you suspect anything less from Amber Heard's sister, though? Like, she's gonna say whatever Amber needs her to say to make this case.
Well, I'll be interested in evaluating the evidence. I will tell you, in terms of candor and appearance, I didn't get a lot of red flags the same way I got from Amber. So it's very possible she's lying. It didn't feel quite as bad. Obviously, it was a much more limited testimony.
Yeah.
So and she didn't embellish as much as her sister. So I think it just felt a little bit more normal. But if there's evidence that says she's lying, absolutely.
But all right, when you were watching the cross-examination,
yep,
didn't you notice how they like there was a whole lines of question about Jennifer Howell?
I did notice, but that's all I had to go on. So all cross-examination does is say, you confided in Jennifer Howell. You moved in with Jennifer Howell, yes? And it's like, I believe I'm live on stream. You can go check the archive saying, who the hell is Jennifer Howell?
No, because that was, they were laying a foundation for the rebuttal with Jennifer Howell. So
that's sure what it sounded like. But it's a mystery witness right now in my mind.
Mystery witness
doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
What's up, chat? What's going on, chat? The chat is the chat hot or what's going on with the chat?
Chat is hot, man. We got
Chat is hot.
4,700 people over here to
Woo.
talk some more Johnny Depp, and
Woo.
also to make sure that we check out our friends Richard Hogue with the 90,000 subscribers. Make sure to
you
check
hit
him out on
90?
Virtual Legality.
Hit 90
Yes.
today, thanks to these wonderful people.
And Nate
Congrats,
the lawyer,
bro.
who also recently hit 200,000, so he's crushing it.
What
And-
milestones, baby? We hitting these
That's
milestones.
right, milestones, and I'm at 75, I think, or something like that.
You'll
So-
make it. You'll make it, bro. Just a couple of minutes before this trial. What was your subscriber count before this trial?
It was
You were at 40 something, right? Or 50?
53, 54.
And now you've what?
So I've
You've
hit
got
another 20,000, give or take. Yeah, something like that.
Wow. That's insane growth, bro.
It's not bad.
Hogue, you were at what, like 60, right?
63, I think.
Yeah,
going
no,
into the trial.
nobody's got like a leader.
So that's
in
another
Emily.
30 for him. So that's
Yeah.
good. In fact, putting it another way, it's another 50% for him.
50%. Yeah, you
That's
do
right.
50%.
That's
And
right.
Emily went from 230 to now she's like
400.
almost
She
500. She's
She's
almost
almost-
500.
She's
She was like-
500. She's crossed rackets. And
Yeah,
so she's now the leader of Law 2.
No, still got Viva.
Oh, is it like
that's,
trial by
well,
combat?
that's true.
Viva's still at a half a mil.
She'll crush Viva eventually. She's got it.
I think she'll catch Viva.
Yeah, she's got it.
Now,
And
Lee's
but don't
flying.
forget, and we can't forget about Legal Bites. She's actually also on that trajectory. But I think
On
she
percentage
has everything.
increase. On percentage increase, I think Alita's the winner.
Yeah, she's
Now,
got
percentage
it. She's
increase
got
because
everybody.
Alita
Yeah,
was at
she's at 40. She was actually less
Yeah,
than
she
she
you.
was
was
at
like
48, 47,
Yeah.
something like that.
40 something.
Yeah,
And so she has gone up by
five
Yeah.
fold. Yeah,
500%.
but we predicted she'd probably be at like 250. That's
I
like the
didn't
first
predict
week.
that. I had it capped
Yeah,
out at like 150. I was wrong.
No, as soon as the trial started hitting, I was like, you're going to be at like 250 afterwards. I think Hogue even mentioned say 250, right? We were at the same. Thing,
I
right?
thought originally I'd said I wanted to make sure Legal Bites got to 6 figures, 100K by the end of the trial. She makes that in the middle of the week of like
Yeah.
3, and I say let's get her to 250. But it's deserved. I mean, I'm not even doing anything. She's got fantastic subscriber support, and she's wonderful at her job.
She's got great energy. She's got great presentation, and she also has really good stream management skills because she's able to do a lot of different things at the same time, and it's very difficult. She can bring people on, bring people off, get the super chats, respond to them. She has to figure out who's speaking and when, and try to help everyone get time in, which is very difficult.
Yeah,
Because
so many
a lot of
people.
spinning plates.
who's going to speak when about what, right? So
Yeah.
she's got so many things to focus on, and she
has
makes
to
it
corral
seem
us,
she
you
makes
know.
it seem effortless.
Oh yeah,
by
oh yeah. And no, it's interesting. Just not only the growth of each of our channels, but the growth of LawTube in general. How we just we've just made all these different strides, and I think it's interesting. The more interesting part about this whole experience is that not only meeting new friends like Kurt and Hogue, like I remember being the guy behind the computer and not knowing you guys. I think about that time to show you something, to show you how crazy my memory is. Uncivil Law used to be, for those of you who don't know, I'm breaking it right now. He was Internet Law Review. That was the name of his channel when I first found Uncivil Law. And I was like, Internet Law Review? That's so awesome. I love Law Review. And I subscribed to the channel back then before he made the change. Blackleaf, right? You were Blackleaf.
Well, no, I mean, because Blackleaf is like the name I use as like an alt on, for my personal accounts and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
So people know me sometimes call me Blackleaf because it's a alt as well. But yeah, Internet Law Review was the name of this channel for like the first 1,000, which was also like the first, I don't know, year and a half of the channel or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's some old school. And when I first met Alita, it was on your channel, and she had what, 2,000 or 3,000 at the time?
Yeah, she was like at 2,000-3,000. I remember when I first met her, she was like, "Hey, I'm trying to grow a YouTube channel." I was like, "You know what? We do a show on Wednesdays.
That's
Get
right.
your ass over here and jump on the panel with us." And I remember
I was like, "Who's this new chick with the 2K?"
I think I think I still have messages from her because she asked me to be on Virtual Legality, and I think I still have messages from her saying she really wanted to meet you all. I should find those for her when she crosses 250. About how she was just really wanted to meet the rest of you guys, and I was like, I can't help. I don't know them.
Well,
I was
I'll
able
tell
to get on your channel a lot easier than I was, which is
that's
still a
that's
slight
true.
shortfall.
All right, now, Hogue. Now, for those of you who don't know,
I had to chase Richard Hogue down
yes,
for like
Hogue-
6-7
Kurt
months to
turned
get
on
on
me.
his
I
channel.
got a
Us.
DM from Kurt that's like, I'm not chasing you anymore, asshole.
No,
I
it was
do.
because we used to talk about you. We were like, how are we gonna get in contact with this Hogue guy? Now, for those of you who don't know in the chat, Hogue was our little he was our celebrity on the low. Hogue had done this great collaboration with what was it? Legal.
Yep.
And he was explaining both gaming and on top of that, it was COPPA. I remember it was a big COPPA issue. And you said legal. I think you said legal was wrong, but there was
I
something
did a
with the
video
whole
called
COPPA
Legal
issue.
Legal's Wrong on COPPA.
Yes. And I was like, wow, this guy is good. This is, and it was funny because I remember we used to say, that's who we want to be. We want to be like Hogue Law.
That's right.
because you had the PowerPoints, as I do, right?
Yeah.
Look at it. I have PowerPoints, you have PowerPoints. It was all kind of the same thing. I was like, oh, Hogue is doing exactly what I want to do. And it was so fantastic. And, you probably don't know that you inspired like me to do the PowerPoints and stuff, but it was kind of like, oh, okay, you can do it with PowerPoints because Legal has this whole backstory. But it was like with you, I was like, oh, okay, he's just using PowerPoints. And this is actually, great stuff. But that's kind of how I think. And then Kurt had mentioned you. Kurt was like, I got to get this guy Hogue. This guy's
Kurt was very
funny
early.
to me.
Kurt was very early. I don't know if he was before Alita or not, but Kurt was very early.
I was way before Alita. It just took me a lot more effort.
Yeah. You talked to me about it.
It took me forever to get Richard's attention. Alita gives him one message. He's like,
he's over there. He's over there. For us, it's like, no, we don't want to speak to us.
Okay, it didn't go that way, but it might. So here's the real answer, right? You said I did the PowerPoints. I didn't want to mess with a camera. I didn't want to deal with anything. I could only fit it in my work day because I work a lot. If I could figure out how to make sure it was short and sweet. So I wanted no cameras, things I could control with my browser. All my stuff is essentially taped live and unedited and working through that farm to table and shortening it. And like Kurt comes to me and Alita comes to me. And I don't think Nate, you ever came to me, honestly. And I don't know how to do guests at all. Like I wasn't even familiar with StreamYard. And I'm like, oh God, I have to figure out like how to even do that. And then I think Kurt, when I finally agreed, you invited me to your channel. And I said, sure, I could pop in somewhere. And that's what we did as the first interaction. Alita was so nice and sounded so, this is so funny to say because she's got this huge, massive celebrity channel now. She was just very respectful and like didn't want to annoy me. And so there's like a lot in the letter that's like, I don't want to bother you. And I was like, okay, well, maybe we'll do guests. And so I did what I do, which is I watched her stuff and I said, okay, all right, cool. And then, you can still go see that. It's from 2 years ago. Alita's got 2,000 subscribers or whatever. I don't think it's the world's best interview. A lot of that is my fault because we're both like not used to guesting on anything. But if you're interested in that, that's on my channel. Look up Legal Bites, searching my channel, because I think that's the first interview she did.
It's interesting how we all just kind of met each other in kind of random ways, like the random way I met Kurt, the random way. It's just like, even Nick, the random way I met Nick, it was just like, and me and Kurt, remember we went on Emily's channel. It was just like kind of like some random thing, like, hey, just come on and speak to us, because a lot of people don't understand, especially when you're trying to build a channel. And you're trying. It's not only a community with the subscribers; it's also a community with creators. And that community kind of started. It started with Viva, because Viva actually was the one that taught me this whole YouTube game. He was like, "Yo, you start a channel. You can do this." And I was like, "Oh, okay. This is actually something that we can be done." And Nick, when I first started getting hot, Nick, actually before I started getting hot, I remember when Nick was like, "Hey, I don't care how many subscribers you come on, get your ass over here and speak." And that was like, I was like, "Oh my God, this guy's got like 170,000 people." And he's like me with like 3,000 people coming to the channel and giving me 4 fucking hours. It was like, that's crazy, right? It's like, it's crazy. But it was just, that's what we all did for each other. And now, so it was easy, like when Alita came on, to do the same thing, hey, come on. Yeah, of course. It's the same thing with a lot of the some of the other law tubers who don't have that massive following. But eventually it's like, I think sometimes we forget, because we're performers. We are performing for an audience, but we forget that we now are building relationships with each other for the betterment of the product. And I think right now the product that I put out is better because I know you guys and because
sure.
I'm able to interact with you guys.
For sure. My content is better. My product is better from the interaction. I've learned a lot about how to be better in presentation from the interactions. Learned how to be better in terms of the coverage and all the rest of it. And it's been amazing seeing everyone's growth, and everyone's kind of exploded to varying degrees. It's been truly fantastic. So and the nice thing for me, as I've commented before, is I have this interest in talking about this subject matter, and it's very hard for me, at least, to find people in the real world who are interested in kind of having the discussions I'm interested in. And the nice thing about the community we've built on LawTube is, like, now suddenly I have 15 people who want to talk to me about a subject I'm interested in. And I'm like, well, this is pretty badass because I couldn't find them before. And so it's great. So yeah, it's been amazeballs, and I'm looking forward to it growing, especially as I become pro starting in July.
So now I got to ask you guys a tough question.
Uh-oh.
This is a tough question. You're Amber Heard's lawyers.
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about tonight? Because tonight we got very, very little time.
What do I do with 8
we got
hours?
A case that's in shambles. we know if we're Amber Heard's attorneys, they're bringing Jennifer Howell. Now you don't know what they're going to say, but you know she's coming, and she's coming to say something hot. What do you do going into tomorrow? I think and again, not tomorrow, going into Monday. Now, for me, predicting Monday, I don't want to waste too much time on nonsense. So you got to have my best, brightest. This is my end witnesses coming first thing Monday, right? You're getting the end. Now, the problem with putting the end witness first thing Monday is that end witness should have been the last thing today. So now that jury goes in Friday, Saturday, Sunday on a high note for me. Yeah, I don't think that happened today. Go ahead, Hope.
No, not at all. I think we heard 8 and change remaining for Amber Heard's side. I don't think, to me, I wouldn't want to take that number below 5 for crossing. So I mean, you're talking about 3-4 hours maybe of hitting people with, what did you say, your best and brightest? I don't know who they even realistically have left. By the time, the biggest issue for me, if I'm on the jury right now, is if that's what you think is your next big swing was today, what do you have? Now, it's possible your strategy just sucked and you have some good stuff on Monday, but I'm sitting here going, you're out of juice. You're out of gas. Your car has run out because that was not a good day. So
all I know is, if I'm Amber Heard's lawyers, all I know and taking solace in is that it's ending Friday.
Yeah, you know, Hell or High Water.
Yeah, and it'll be over, and I don't have to do this anymore.
The problem I think they did today was they didn't put their live witness on last. They put their live witness on too early, and going out with depositions is never a good thing, right? Recorded, it doesn't work. I think even if you can't change today's outcome in terms of what's gonna happen, I think if you put Amber's sister on last for the data, and you walking out the door with that cross on Amber's sister, I think that's a better day than putting her on so early and then walking out on depositions. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, what's interesting about that, right, is they don't even have enough to do that day, which means to me that's suggestive of the fact they thought that either questioning or cross for their social media analytics guy was going to be longer, because they're a full half hour short and their depots were running less than a half hour. So that means they should have prepped one more for today. And they didn't. So that's interesting in and of itself that we ended at 5 when the judge really wanted to go to 5:30. So I don't know what they got for us on Monday night.
They got nothing left. They're going to be done on Monday. I don't know if they have anyone left or they just rest when they walk in the door. But either way, they're done by lunchtime at this point.
They can't spend 5, 6, 7 hours.
No, they only got 8 left.
Yeah,
you got maybe 2 with me. Well, for 8 hours, you probably got maybe one live witness or a couple of depositions left, if possible, and that would eat up half the time at least. But I don't know if about leaving 5 hours for cross.
You don't think so?
Well, it depends, because these are rebuttal witnesses, so they really just come in to rebut 1 or 2 points, right? It's not like they're doing full direct examination. So if you got a rebuttal witness,
real trouble with whatever the magical Jennifer Howell has to say. So I mean, you're going to need some time to try to get at her.
Well, she's just coming to talk about one particular point. So I'm saying if it's 1 point, I think 5 hours may be a little long for. Okay. I think maybe if you want to, again, I think if you want to be conservative, 5 is always going to be good. But I think right, and you don't know how many witnesses are going to call. You know what? I'm agreeing with you. I think 5 is. At first, I was disagreeing with you, but now I'm agreeing with you because if
Well, I
you
mean,
knew how
I
many
could be
witnesses
convinced
they're
on
going to call.
4. I could be convinced on 4. 4 would be 1 hour a day that you left.
No, I was thinking like 2 or 3, but I'm thinking now because you're right. You don't know how many witnesses they're going to call. It's a tough. They're in a tough spot.
If you just wind up out of gas and you're literally not allowed to cross people, all hell breaks loose. So I mean, I think you at least have to have the weapons. You have to have the arrows in the quiver.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's better to be safe than sorry because you don't be sitting in a chair and just letting that narrative get out, and you got to just sit there and eat it. Yeah, that's.
I'm assuming you don't have some kind of large weapon that you're holding back on that you'd otherwise have to burn if you don't hold that time. I think they're out of gas, so I don't know that there's anything left they got. They're already doing damages poorly, so presumably we're at the end unless they saved some kind of ringer for their very last thing.
Yes, and I do read super chats. I'm tagging them just like Alita does. So I'm tagging them in the background so that, we can have discussions and we can go through the cases and we will get the super chats eventually, just like Alita does. So we'll get there.
I think what you should do, if you're going to tag them, if you notice what Alita and Emily do is before they tag them, they'll display them for
That's not a bad idea.
And tag them for later and then read them later. And what it does is at least if the person sees that you acknowledge their super chat and then you'll read it later for tag.
See, that's obvious once you point it out. It's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Put it on screen and let people know that I'm actually tagging them. Oh, like a sane person. Okay.
Well, you will get a latest counter question there for that, which is, of course, is that all? You got to be ready for that one too.
Yes,
there's no winning. There's no winning sometimes.
No.
Chat, love it.
It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. All right, so let me pick back up with the trial to summarize the day. Sure, so we ended with Tracy Jacobs was the last person we talked about. We talked. Next person up was Joe Mandel, former business manager. Denied accusations about stealing money.
I did not steal that money.
Did not steal that money. Sure. Okay. And unable to pay taxes. And yeah, I'm not really 100% sure why this person was being called. Why is Amber Heard calling this person?
To waste our time. But they
don't have the time to waste.
But that's the most frustrating because all right. So a lot of people don't. A lot of times in trial practice, especially with juries, you have to be concerned about things that are not really legal sometimes, like the fact that juries get tired. You don't want to bore them. You want to keep their attention, and you can lose them if they feel like you're wasting their time. That essentially, and that can happen if you're throwing up tape depositions and just sit there and watch the screen. That does a lot. That does a lot. So I think at the end of the day, this jury, if just me watching it was boring, just imagine you're in this jury room sit inside the under the lights, got to listen to everything. It must have been hell. And who do you blame? Do you blame Johnny Depp's counsel or do you blame Amber Heard's counsel?
What's most interesting about it is that there's probably at least someone on that jury who was excited about the prospect of being on the jury. It's like, hey, this is Johnny Depp. This is a big case. And now they're basically, what was I ever thinking? I regret every decision I ever made. So yeah.
If you're a juror, you probably, I don't know if I'd want to be on this case as a juror.
Not at this point.
I don't want to be on any case. I don't want to be on any case for 7 weeks of real time.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah, that's tough. Just imagine 7 weeks. I couldn't talk about it either. And I got a YouTube channel. It'd be like hell.
It would kill me.
I gotta make videos about it.
You had to go look at that camera and be like, God damn it. You know what you do? You'd be doing like vlogs of the days as they happen, archived for after the case. This
is how from inside the jury room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not supposed to be talking to you guys, but let me give you the scoop. Juror number 5 is an asshole.
No, he steals all the taco fixins every single day.
We had a trial about it in the jury room. We determined juror 5 was guilty.
We were super bored.
Okay, so next up on the list was Adam Waldman, and
Hilarious.
I was, I guess I was expecting a lot more from this witness in terms of like Amber Heard's case, because like I was certainly well aware of all the attorney-client issues, and I just thought to myself, somehow this isn't going to be a thing for some reason, or like whatever. And then basically we were unable to get anything from him. So I was once again, my expectations were belied by the reality.
What's funny about that is the countersuit comes in opening week. We're talking about it. We're looking at everything. And the very first thing in my head is, I wonder how they're going to tie Adam Waldman's statements directly to Johnny Depp. And so they call Adam Waldman today. I was like, I'm still wondering exactly how you're going to make that vicarious liability case.
Mhm.
And, Ben Chu, objection machine, comes in and says, basically, anything you ask about Johnny Depp specifically, no. And he's right to do so. But that leaves me with a gaping hole where the liability argument should be.
Right.
So I don't know what to do with that. I think that there's a decent chance they actually lose on a motion to strike.
And then we, of course, I'll echo that point in a second. I lost where I was going completely, so I'll just echo it now. No, I'm tired
right.
and I haven't slept in 2 days. So yeah, it was just the motion to strike, I think is very likely. Because there's nothing really tying him to Johnny Depp. It's like I think the odds of the motion to strike for Johnny Depp to strike the countersuit is pretty decent, which I'm sure that Amber Heard's PR team will bitch about endlessly, and then I'll be on the mornings with Richard Hogue,
doing the headlines
sometime circa next Tuesday morning, and we'll be reading the headline about Amber Heard's case dismissed, proves women can't get a bite, and I will have yet another stroke and another hemisphere in my brain.
That will 100% be the headline. Yeah, I mean, it will be. And I doubt that we get such fawning coverage of the fact that Depp's team will make a motion to, I think they call it dismiss mostly in the press. And that's fair, because
which is fair. It's an easy colloquial title, and it's accurate enough. The formal thing is called motion to strike, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's a motion to dismiss. We all
motion
know
to
this.
dismiss.
Yeah, it's a motion to dismiss.
And I think I don't think you'll get the same coverage, and I think it's got a much higher likelihood of winning than the motion to strike did for, of course, Johnny's primary case. It'll be wild if that happens, because you also get the jury was briefed on the countersuit, so it's like, where did that even go?
Yeah, but quick question: so the countersuit, is it defamation per se, or is it or was it the full thing, defamation?
It looks like it's both. It's per se. They both appear to have per se. They also appear to have argued standard. But it sounded to me from the last motion to strike that both sets of charges are entertained as per se by the court.
So so for per se, Amber would have to. Well, Amber can't. She still hasn't proved that he actually said it. He's saying the lawyer said it, but they can't. But they can't tie Depp to the law to the
That's
lawyer,
the very
right?
first thing you say in motion to strike, right? Well, it's very nice for Adam Waldman, but Adam Waldman
he should be sued. He should be on the he should be on the fee. You got the wrong client. You got the
so
wrong.
I don't know why I don't know why Johnny Depp's facing this lawsuit, and then
you can't ask him about it because it's attorney-client privilege. So so it's done. Wow.
Well, you saw what they were trying to do. They were trying to intimate that the statements went out and Adam Waldman wasn't fired. Like, that's what they've got.
Yeah, but that's not enough. That's not enough.
Like, there's lawyers do all sorts of things clients don't agree with that don't rise to the level of firing.
So, I feel this super chat. I definitely need a shower right about now. I'll tell you what.
A nice read, a nice sleep, a little cleanliness.
Head to a massage interview or a spa. It'll be nice. Take a day trip for it. It's funny because when I go in there, they look at me. They're like, "You're coming into the spa." I'm like, "Yes, I need to be pampered sometimes too."
Next time on YouTube, Nate's spa days.
Yes. I go to Massage Envy. I got the little package. It's easy. It's nice. 1, 2, 3, no problems. Back feels great.
And then, of course, from Adam Waldman, we also got the concept of Amber Heard and the concept of perjury repeated a whole number of times, which is also just hilarious. just in case we want that additional reason to disbelieve her. It's like we're bringing in this extrinsic evidence that we don't have to, and we're bringing it in to impute our clients with the idea of perjury. So that's just fun.
They planted a bunch of
Kurt,
ideas. That are
you
weird.
missed the super chat. It came in at 8:10. If you just scroll up to 8:10, you'll see it. To the 8:10 things. You forgot to star it.
I keep going back and forth
Nate is
and
tracking your stars, man.
I'm doing the best I can. How do I give someone else permission to star my stuff? Do you know how to
You
do
can
that?
go. You can. Yes, I do. You have to go. You got to add a person. You just add the email.
Uh-huh.
I did it for my editor. So now that's what he does. He splash. We can call it splash. He'll splash the super chats on the screen and star them.
I don't even see it that I missed. I'm still scrolling trying to find it.
It's Nikki at 8:10 p.m. Just look at the times near the super chats. You'll see him. It's about 8:10 p.m.
Nate and I can't put it on the screen though.
It is starred.
Oh, wow.
Oh no, is Nate gaslighting you?
Nate
No.
is Nate is
No, it's
gaslighting.
not. It's right. I'm looking at it. It's not starred, but it's okay. Yeah, I'll take a. I can screenshot if you want. Let me share my screen so you can see it.
It's starred. It's on the back end of the starred.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I don't know that we see the stars, Nate, from our view.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah, check it out. I'll show you. This is well again. Maybe I don't know. I don't have any special permissions though. You have.
We're doing some back end stuff here, but yeah, I don't see anything as starred, Nate.
All right.
Except
So
for it's in the starred list.
here it is. All right. So this is my
Dreamception.
back end.
Oh my
Wow.
God in heaven.
So this is the unstarred one by Nikki. But if you
But that's-
scroll down, when he
okay.
stars them, you see how they turn this different color. They turn this highlighted color. So that's how I know he starred these 200. These are all starred. So they changed from that color to this color. So the one that's not changed was this one because it says it's not starred.
But Nikki's in there as starred, Nate.
So no, but if it's in
I
there
have
starred, then
questions.
see every other one is is this blue color, even this $19 one.
I'm super into like how many layers can I see here? And then okay.
This is fun. I'm not even sure I want to change it. Just
All right.
It's the mirror condescending.
That's the end of Thursday.
Don't adjust your television. It's law tubes all the way down
To infinity
and beyond, baby. You better believe it. All right. So next up, and then we've heard about the Twitter suspension thing, which is where we got a laugh
Yeah.
from the jury. It was nice.
Twitter suspension.
What did you get suspended for? I don't know. Checks out.
Okay. Then we heard from the computer guy who has like the most impressive CV in the history of time when it comes to like computers. It's just unbelievable. It's
Yeah,
like,
no, super famous.
I was like, I think I made the joke. It's like it's just Alan Turing at this point, or
Super famous
it's
computer
Babbage. It's
He's
one of
like-
it's one of them.
I created the word computer. I'm like, oh, okay, this guy's obviously qualified.
Yeah, but to me, it's like, okay, so I got a JD, I got an economics degree, and then you asked me to give my expert testimony on, fish. Like, it just didn't track for me in terms of his expertise level.
Oh no, I'm not saying it did. I was going to get there eventually, but
Oh no,
yeah, I'm not saying it did because like when he actually went to testify, it's like
I'll shut up.
that's fine. It's me. I'm short. It's probably my fault.
No, not at all.
I'm looking forward to getting really drunk later. It'll be great, and then going to bed. That'll be fun times had by all.
So much good clip content today.
Yeah, definitely really good content.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, let me skip out of here. I will be back, gentlemen. Hopefully, if I'm able to get back, I'll see you guys in a little later. How long are you gonna be up for tonight, Kurt? How long do you go?
Until I don't know, maybe I don't know. It depends how much energy I have because I'm fading, but we'll see what's going on.
Yeah, I don't want to bail on you, but I have to go pretty soon.
Okay, you can leave. I can do it by myself.
No,
I don't need you.
Let's hang out for like 10 more minutes, and then I just have to go. So that's totally fine with me.
All right. Well, I unfortunately have to run now, but I will see. I'll try to swing back.
See you later.
Later. So then we heard from this guy, and my personal. Now, see, this is where I split from Runkle, and a lot of other people split from Runkle, and it's interesting too because Runkle's in the room and observing things we can't observe, which is also very interesting in terms of perceptions of what the jury is or is not listening to, or what they are or not. Because, like, well, my assessment of Whitney wouldn't be the same as his because he was in the room when that's happening, right? So it's interesting, like listening to that, or like, oh, we see this person walking out, but apparently the jury doesn't notice, or they're responding to things. So he has more information than me, which is notable. But for me, I thought this cross-examination was good. I thought his points that he had about trying to attack the sort of technical aspects of correlation, causation, and also the idea that you can't really determine if these hashtags are good or bad, because even something like Amber Turd doesn't necessarily tell you if the person who's using that tag is saying something positive or negative for either side, because maybe they're using it to bring attention to the fact that it's not true or whatever, right? So you can't even like base the sentiment analysis without some sort of statistical, take a representative sample of them. Take a representative sample and a 95% confidence interval and see what the number skews look like. But we didn't get anything like that, right?
That's why the answer, all of them, how many of these are negative? All of them doesn't hold water to anybody that's ever used Twitter, right? Because there's some trolls, there's some people using it ironically, there's some people selling some handbags with a trending hashtag, and like that should pop out on a scientific analysis. It should be like, okay, well, these de minimis amounts we don't need to worry about, but the majority are this way. And instead, it's all just all of them. That's I don't believe you now. So here we are.
77,000. Thank you very much. 99 red balloons. 99 red balloons. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But yeah, and so I thought the cross was really good because I thought we did a fine job of attacking it, enough. And then of course we got the guy just to mention the hashtags, which apparently, again, from Ian's point of view, didn't have the impact it did for me. But if anyone had any knowledge of it or looks it up, because and it was just interesting. It was just interesting because you use that. Maybe they don't know what Amber Turd is, but I mean, presumably they can figure out what Justice for Johnny is without, and they say, well, this is used 1.2 million times. So now you just brought in all this public sentiment knowledge into the jury. It's like, don't consult outside sources. Also, by the way, the public strongly favors.
Well, before they even get to cross, and they put in those, demonstration exhibits, the very first thing I say is, did they just introduce an exhibit that shows a huge amount of people are saying justice for Johnny? Because I have questions as a juror.
They sure did.
And it's, so it might not have had the impact when he's saying them out loud, because you already have that. Wow, that was a big spike for justice for Johnny. And I think what he did the best in Across is there is no reason to read the hashtag justice for Johnny, or at least everybody that's using it, as just being ad hominem negative, bringing Amber Heard down, right? Like conceptually, justice for X is not bringing Y down. Like it doesn't necessarily flow from that. And that's why to me, by the cross almost didn't matter, because everything he said was so bad on direct. Oh, it's all negative sentiment. Oh, I don't read minds, but I'm sure it's all negative sentiment. Square those two. You can't read minds, but you can evaluate the sentiment of all of the tweets. I don't believe you. I don't trust you anymore. I have problems with your sample sizes. I have problems with the hashtags you picked. I have problems with everything that you put into your study. So by the time Cross comes around and points out just a few of them, I'm like, this guy's done.
Absolutely. So that was, I really liked bringing that information. It made me laugh at least. Then we heard from Michelle Maroney, Heard's former attorney, for the post-dump. Again, why?
I think it did two things. One of which, obviously, it presents Johnny as kind of an angry person that calls people names on short phone calls, which I think it is at least marginally useful. Two, I do think it backstops one of Amber Heard's more unbelievable points, which is that I didn't believe her when she said she wanted the prenup and she wanted the post-dump and Johnny didn't want it. That story sounded like that was accurate. So I have to at least reevaluate that and say, okay, Amber Heard appears to have wanted a post-dump and Johnny appears to have not wanted one. That's interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. It didn't really add anything. It was very stuff short. We've already heard. And it's like, we already knew there was a post-nup. We already know he can get angry and short, but show me someone who doesn't, from time to time.
Well, and it's, that lawyer, people react differently to things. I can tell you, I've been shouted at by clients and non-clients. To some extent, I don't love it, but that's the job. And she, who's at Venable, she's not at a small law firm, is, getting yelled at occasionally when she's talking about nuptial agreements, which can be emotionally fraught. And she's saying she's really shook up. It's like, well, on the one hand, that might indicate to me that the phone call was really bad. On the other hand, it's like, are you overselling this a little bit?
Rich, I don't think you and I need a prenup. I believe in our future.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, definitely. We'd have to reevaluate after our nuptials, I would think.
Yeah.
But that's
when one of us really big, we have to post up, negotiate for how we split up the channels.
The subscriber numbers just get too separate.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
absolutely. Good. Yeah, fun times. So we heard from her for all the value it had. Disney exec denies that the op-ed decision led to the removal. So that was kind of interesting. I was nice to actually hear from someone in Disney for a change.
She denied any knowledge of the Disney Corporation's affairs. So, I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with, she doesn't think the op-ed had anything to do with it, or she has no reason to believe that, because she had no reason to believe anything at all about anything. I don't know how to evaluate that, because again, we're skipping ahead. Spoiler alert. The big deal to me of that is that that very same day, they're going to introduce Amber Heard's talent agent, that the one thing she's going to say to try to improve Amber Heard's damages chances, which might be dead by Monday, is she gets out there in testimony and says, you'll never hear the studios essentially blacklisting someone for bad press. And I'm like, welcome to the show, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, welcome to the show, and welcome to the fact that they're, it proves Johnny's case too. It cuts the other way. It's like they'll never tell you why.
Johnny's is so vastly more important. It's a much bigger. Why would you introduce that concept from Amber Heard's side?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Absolutely, for sure. And then we heard from Ellen Barkin.
Yep.
And they had some kind of relationship, and this was the woman we had heard about, alluded to for a long time, right? This was the woman that had a past relationship with the idea of a bottle of wine being thrown at her, right? So this was supposed to be one of the big bombshell witnesses of this cases, right? 20 years ago, Johnny Depp threw a wine bottle at me was what they were telling me I was going to hear. And once again, my reality was shattered, or my expectations were shattered by reality, because it wasn't any of those things. First of all, she comes off as bitter. So there's that. But even more to the point, even just on the straight facts, she's like, was he having an argument with you? No. Who was he having an argument with? And basically, sure, because she pointed to literally everyone else in the room. So basically, the answer is I don't know.
Well, note that doesn't match the MO that even Amber Heard's team is saying at all. They got nobody in group setting that is attesting to Johnny Depp being out of control. So that doesn't match the MO. It's decades ago. That doesn't match the MO. They don't get a domestic fight. He's not fighting with her at the time. So that doesn't match what they're trying to show. And then she reduces throw to toss and doesn't say it lands like anywhere particularly dangerous.
Yeah. So this was also very good, well noted, because the what I had heard in advance was thrown at me, and what we actually got was tossed somewhere,
tossed in a direction
of some variety, which is also none of those things.
Tossed is such a soft word for projecting.
What was I doing? Tossing into those, and depending on what you mean by toss. Like if I say I toss something into the trash, right?
Well, I don't know about you. My mental image immediately goes from overhand to underhand. Like that immediately happens in my brain.
Absolutely. No, I think I agree completely. But you could even read it even softer than that. Because if I say I tossed something in the trash, I could just literally mean I placed it in the trash.
Sure.
Because I would say something like, "Oh, I tossed it in the trash." Do I literally mean toss? Nope. Just, put it in the trash.
Toss is such a light word. And then you take that with the bias that she clearly seems to be bitter still about a relationship decades ago, and she still reduces throw. She's not willing to testify to throw. And I say, well, this was pointless.
I also wanted to respond to Super Chat because it was interesting. Yeah, I've tried a lot of these 8-hour hypnosis videos. I tried a lot of ones that sound like rain noise, because I do listen to that as white noise, and that seems to help. I'm not sure the hypnosis part actually helps, because I don't think it actually does anything for me. Because I've been listening to ones dealing with motivation for weight loss and stuff like that, and I don't think it actually does anything for the hypnosis. But at least the rain noises are nice.
I like rolling thunder, so yeah.
So we'll see, but Thank you very much, because I do use those for sleep noise, so that's nice.
Sure.
And wear earplugs, yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons I just got these wonderful new earphones. These are the ones that Nick used to use, the Shure 500s, and they were on sale. So that was really good. And so I was using those for the first time, and we were giving that a shot.
Nice.
But not so much so far. Anyways, going back to the testimony, we heard from the lawyer, Eric George.
Eric George is the defamation lawyer?
The defamation lawyer, who was like, yes, it was my goal and purpose to make sure Amber Heard wasn't on the hook for any of this stuff. And I was just like, fail.
Yeah, in your brain, you want to play the Pac-Man just died music.
Yeah. I enjoyed saying that a couple times during when he was testifying. I was just like, it was my goal to prevent tort. And I just go, fail. It was my goal to make sure she wouldn't be sued. Fail. And also this whole super lawyer thing, which is like, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me, man, you know?
Again, it's raised by Elaine. Now, Elaine knows that better than that, but, you know, the reason they're called super lawyer is because, I don't know, it sounds more impressive in that context than it is. And so maybe you convince them.
Hogue, you're a super lawyer.
I am a super lawyer. Corporate transactions, mergers and acquisitions, I think. Super lawyer.
You can merge my acquisitions.
It's just, you know, I worked in big law long enough that all of those nominations and things, they just
I wouldn't accept it. I mean, do I have to if I'm working for a firm? Are they going to make me accept it? Because I was like, I don't want it.
Yeah, PR. PR at the big firms loves that. So what they'll do is when it happens in August, and you'll see this in Twitter sometimes, they'll put a big glossy sheet together of who their super lawyers are. They'll also do ranks, most super lawyers in the state, that kind of thing. The PR of the big firms loves it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's like, I don't want it because it's just bullshit. And it's also misleading to the client, which is also an ethics issue on top of everything. So we heard from the talent agent about how the hoax thing hurt the career and how they never tell you the real reason. That's all they need to say about that, to be quite sure. And I believe that was our last witness for the day. So today was mostly a nothing burger. And it looks like they're out of witnesses because let's see, hold on. How many witnesses were there today? Because if I heard correctly yesterday, I believe they said they had 6 witnesses left. Did 6 witnesses testify today?
I might have zoned out. I didn't. Could they have answered 6 for the next day? Because they definitely didn't rest today, and they did run out of witnesses that they had prepped for today.
Yeah, because there was 6. There was 6 today, so they might not have formally rested, but they may rest first thing when they come back.
Why would they wait on that, Kurt? Out of curiosity, why would you wait to rest until the first thing on Monday and not rest right now as the last thing on Thursday?
Why not? Because like if the choice is resting now and versus resting Monday, maybe somehow I think of some way to bring something else in, right?
Some genius move occurs to you?
Some genius move. Like, why not? You know, it costs me nothing. It costs me nothing and it keeps an option open.
Okay.
Right. So why not?
All right.
Like, you know.
I definitely think they're resting on Monday. I just don't know if they have anything left.
No, they'll be done first thing in the morning and not later than noon, I think, is realistic. And then Johnny Depp's case takes over again, and he's got 18 hours.
Well, that 18 hours is super important. You know, everybody was impressed by Camille Vasquez's cross of Amber. One of the things she did was lightning round, like the whole time. So she did an eviscerating cross in less than one trial day, which not just wins that fight, it buys them what they're now looking at, which is a potential advantage to utilize in the last week.
Absolutely. And I just want to thank all 6,766 of you who are currently here for this little after party stream. I really do want to say thank you. I'm grateful for everyone who's here and helping this channel to grow. This is a subject matter I care quite a lot about, and it's been a long road. And for Richard, it's been longer because you were on YouTube for what, 3 years or something before I got around?
Out of the nest, but yeah, no,
Did you start before Leonard French started?
No. Leonard French was before me because I did some collaboration with Lawful Masses. The 4th anniversary of Virtual Legality is this year in a couple of months.
Wow.
So that'd be 4 years, and I'm at whatever 850 videos.
Yeah. Well, I was over 1,000, and then the channel got taken over by bots. But yeah. But yeah, no, I really I looked up to you because you were, I think when I first saw your channel, you were over 50, and I think I was like at 5 or something, and really admired you. And
that's very nice of you to say.
And I liked your style and liked what you were doing, and so you definitely helped inspire me in a lot of ways.
Awesome. Yeah, I love it. I love LawTube. I tell people reasonable minds can differ, and I like to remind people that we differ all the freaking time, and that you don't necessarily feel that because we're respectful of each other's humanity while we disagree.
And also I got, as I'm sure many of you guys know, I kind of got my start in a lot of ways on Lawful Masses with Leonard French. I did a number of episodes on his channel before I ever created mine.
That's awesome.
I was watching his content, I don't know, for maybe 6 months. And then I reached out to him like, oh, if you want to do a collab sometime, it just might be fun. I didn't have a channel at that point. And so I went onto his channel and kind of liked it. And then I didn't really do my own thing for a long time. I kind of had a channel, but not really for a long time. But I owe easily the first half of my channel's existence, which is still like the first 1,000 subscribers. But I owe the first half of this channel's existence to Leonard French. I always gave him credit.
That's awesome.
And I'm saddened that for whatever reason that when he moved overseas, and I also moved, it wound up that we wound up not collabing as much. We used to live relatively close to each other.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, we used to. So he stayed at my house a couple times. I stayed at his house a couple times. Went shooting with him. I was there when he was sworn into, was it DC Federal Court or DC Court of Appeals or something like that. I went with him just to, be a friend and stuff like that. So we had a decently good friendship. And for whatever reason, when he moved overseas and I moved, that we don't really associate's the wrong word, but we don't really collab anymore. And so I sort of miss that. And I hope he does well because he deserves a lot of success. He created LawTube before there's LawTube. I'm pretty sure he pre-exists everyone.
He does.
Legal.
He likes to remind. The last time I talked to him, he liked to remind me that he's before Devin.
Yeah, he's before everyone. He is the OG of it all, and he doesn't really collab with anyone really anymore.
I have to look at when I last did it with him. Maybe a year.
Yeah, I collabed with him once in the last year, just as kind of whatever. But he's off on his own, and I respect that. But he's doing his own thing, and for whatever reason.
He's a good referral source. He cites me regularly, so that's always nice because we talk a lot about copyright and things on the same subjects.
Yeah. So he's a cool guy, and showed us all the way, I guess, in large respects.
Well, I don't have as many funny hats as him, but I do wear a hat.
That's true. He does have the hat game down. Yeah, he is some OG shit, man. So respect, and respect for introducing me to this world and introducing us all, and inspiring me to create my own channel. And it was awesome.
He's been nothing but nice to me. I see Chad asking about Steve Leto. Yeah, he lives near me. He's here in Michigan.
Steve Leto doesn't. I reached out to him once, and he didn't really respond to me. He seems to really like his isolation, which is slightly disappointing because I think he'd be an interesting voice. But you
guys had to teach me, yes, because as I said, when Virtual Legality started, it was the only way I could do it was if I could control everything. And there is a certain amount of who's going to be here when, who's going to do these things. And you might have noticed, I built my live stream, I built Hangouts and Headlines to essentially be functional if nobody ever comes. And so that was like rule number one is I have to.
Has Leto ever done a collab with anybody?
Not that I've seen.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I've seen them all.
Yeah. So he's off on his own world. So I was slightly miffed because I made an effort of trying to reach out to him once, and he didn't really respond to me. And I've told this story before, but he has this famous contest where he has this $100 bill, or at least he used to, and I think he still does technically because he moves it around on set. And one of the games is find the $100 bill. And the point of it was he had this contest to win the $100 bill. If anyone could cite him a U.S. Supreme Court case that says that you don't need a driver's license to drive, basically, because people would say this case exists, which of course it doesn't. Right. So he's like, well, I'll put $100 down on this bet that I'll never have to pay off. And so, people write to him all the time. And of course, he never has to pay it off. So one time when I was bored, I spent like 2 hours on LexisNexis or something. And I wrote him a letter where I was like, I'm here to meet your challenge. And I wrote, it's like, I wrote something like, I found not only one, but 11 U.S. Supreme Court cases that stand for the proposition that you were looking for. And then I came up with this sentence that was something like, it is a violation of both the federal and 14th Amendment constitutions for the federal government or any state to require driver's licenses to drive on public roadways, right? But the whole joke is, the whole point of the 11 things is because it was like only 2-3 words at a time. Right? So it's like, it shall be a violation was 3 words from a case. And then, the next thing was 3 words from a case.
That's
and
cute.
They all had footnotes, right? So it's like, it's the 11 cases that I have to string together that are completely unrelated. And it was fun because I was citing things that couldn't even begin to speak to it, like citing like Obergefell, just for like 3 words at a time that I needed, right?
Yeah.
So I wrote him this letter on actual stationery with my name and all the rest of it on there and sent it to him. And he read it on air, but he didn't. First of all, he didn't give me credit. And then he never wrote me back. So I was like, well, I was slightly miffed because I was really hoping it would open a relationship,
Sure.
And it didn't happen. But, Steve Leto's doing his own thing. So, no hard feelings really, because I wasn't really entitled to anything. I was just hoping, somehow it would, lead to something that it didn't lead to. But, you got to shoot your shot, as Alita would say. And so, no hard feelings. It didn't work out. But he's doing his own thing in his own little world, which is fine.
That's Alita's motto. She invites everybody. She doesn't care if it's an A-list celebrity. She just invites everyone.
Yeah. And someone said Steve Leto's been on Good Morning America. Good Luck America.
Don't know.
All right. I mean, I'm sure he's notable. He's very notable in his field, and he has been on VinWiki. This is true. So he's done those experiences about cars. So that is true. So I have 89 super chats. So let's start reading some of them.
Kurt, I'm actually going to use that. I'm going to go. I'm going to restore myself to do more stuff, over the weekend and next week. But thank you very much for having me here. I'm sorry. I'd never like to be the last person to leave a streamer, but I got to go eat something and otherwise rest. So thank you very much for having me on here. And I do hope somebody else pops in. If I do get done with that and you're still going, I will see if I can.
Well, why don't you tell the nice people about your channel and what you're doing and all about you?
Sure, absolutely. Oh my God. Hello, folks. Yeah, Virtual Legality at the Hogue Law YouTube channel is primarily looking at business and law topics. I'm a transactional lawyer through the pop culture lens, most often video games, because we have so much consolidation and mergers and acquisitions in that industry now. I'm doing a lot of videos on that. I'm doing videos on Elon Musk and Twitter, purchase, not purchase, question mark, question mark, question mark. That's very likely to be the next Virtual Legality formal video I do. And then as of about 10 days ago, I started doing live streaming called Hangouts and Headlines, where we look at primarily right now Johnny Depp and Amber Heard headlines and take a look at how rhetoric and the media is using various devices to spread messages. And mostly right now, that's attacks on LawTube or attacks on streaming and interesting interpretations of the events so far in the court case. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, thanks to Kurt, thanks to others in LawTube, we now have 90,000 subscribers, which seems absolutely crazy to me, and I'm so thankful for it. But please do come check it out because that's what I'm doing multiple times a week on that channel. Thank you so much, Kurt.
Yes, no problem. And I will wish you well, my friend.
All right. See you later.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Let's read some super chats. I appreciate everyone who's here, by the way. And the 5,000 of you are here. If you have not already hit the subscribe button, I would very much appreciate it. And also you can join the Uncivil Law Army, as the bot has told you about, for a mere 99 cents a month. You can become a member of the channel. So if you can hit the join button, or if you're on an iOS device, you can follow that link and it will help you join to help support the channel. You get your name on screen when we're doing things in OBS. And you also get a cool little icon of Scales of Justice by your name to show love to the channel. It is appreciated. Thank you, everyone who's here, as always. All right, so let's read the now 91 super chats that are here. Great. Fluffy Unicorn gives $4.99. If AH's team runs out of time and JD's team is testifying, can AH's lawyer still object? Yes. Or can they not object because they're out of time? No, objections don't count against time. They can object, they just can't ask any questions. So fine. Myra, $4.99. Try a melatonin supplement or chamomile tea for more natural root, or Benadryl and or NyQuil for drugs for sleep. I've tried melatonin, and I also have prescription drugs, and the prescription drugs weren't even working last night. So, we do what we can. Fluffy Unicorn, $1.99. Can you please explain the rebuttal process? Sure. So basically, you just get to hear from you get to hear from Johnny Depp's side again. So it's essentially the same in sort of its mechanisms. It's the same as when they had their primary case, right? So when they went first, and then Amber Heard's team went, and so now they basically get to have a second case, kind of, if you like. And the reason for it is because, well, the idea at least is out of fairness, because see, Amber Heard's team, by going second, knows everything that Johnny Depp's side will say because they've said it, right? So they can respond to everything Johnny Depp's side has gone to. So, but the thing is, the logic doesn't work the other way around, right? So Johnny Depp's side could anticipate to some degree what Amber Heard's lawyers and their team are going to do, but they don't know for sure, right? Because there was a huge witness list. They don't know for sure which witnesses are actually going to be called. They don't know for sure which questions are going to be asked. They don't know for sure which testimonies come in, what objections will work, so forth and so on, right? When Amber Heard's lawyers start, they know all those things for certain because it's already happened in the past, right? And Johnny Depp's lawyers don't know that because it's happening in the future from their point of view. So the whole point of the rebuttal case, it's a narrower case, though. It's not just you get to reopen your case. So it's narrower in focus. So it can only respond to things that were brought up in Amber Heard's case. So if Amber Heard's case doesn't address it, they can't do it. Which also incidentally meant that if Amber Heard didn't put on any case at all, they can't do it because there's nothing to respond to. Right? Which also can be a tactical strategy in terms of like how to present things, and closing arguments are the same idea, because in closing argument, right, same thing. Johnny Depp's lawyers go first, Amber Heard's lawyers go second, and then there's a rebuttal period for the same reason, right? When Amber Heard's lawyers go second, they already know for sure what Johnny Depp's lawyers are going to say because they just said it. Johnny Depp's lawyers can only anticipate, which means, out of fairness, again, they get a chance to respond, but they only get to respond to what they heard to prevent this cycle from happening endlessly. So that's the purpose of rebuttal, and that's the logic of rebuttal. So that explains all those things and stuff like that. Yeah, trazodone is the one I was on because someone mentioned trazodone, and that's the one I used, and wasn't working the last 2 nights, but we'll try tonight. Didn't you see me around 4 a.m.? You sure did. You sure did. Where I threatened to start a rap channel. I'm beginning to feel like a rap god, So it needs work, but yeah, we're this was my 4 a.m. This was my 4 a.m. shower thought after 2 days of not sleeping. So fun times. Let's see. Let's read some more chats. We did this one. Elaine is a happiness vampire. A little bit. Thank you. It's Rio. Low watermark gave $25. Thank you. Hydrotonic, $5. I love the court stenographer. Had to type Amber Turn. Awesome. Thank you. Yuki Hataki gives $5. If Johnny Depp physically abused, slap, punch, push, etc., Amber Turd, would it have been defensively, accidentally, on purposely? Your thoughts? I don't know. It's up to the jury to determine. It's also up to the jury to determine the degree to which they care. So, it's like whether or not Joe's streaming, if you want to airdrop viewers when you finish, that's a reasonable thing for me to do. Let's see if I can actually set that up. I like this plan. Let's see. I will add him. All right, so let's do this. Oh, there he is. Good logic. Is this the one that's going on? Is this happening now? No, that one already happened. So that's not the one. Is he streaming now? Let's try this. Good logic. It doesn't show him as streaming now. It doesn't show him as streaming now. All I see is the one from his stream earlier today. Lame. Yeah, Joe was done? Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Soldier gives €5. Fun fact: Witkin means white chin in Dutch. Cool. KW New York Upstate says OnlyFan like photos and YouTube videos for subscribers. Thank you very much. I might do that yet. Alicia Mary Wood, $9.99. Get yourself a good dinner, Kurt. Maybe take a melatonin gummy and get good rest. I will try for sure. Gecko Gamer gave €5. Hogue, will you do a video on Must Meltdown on Twitter? He for sure will, because he's been covering that to death. Philly Woosley gives £4.49. Translate Law 2 people to Final Fantasy VII characters, trial members to Breaking Bad characters. Chat, carry this theme on with your own themes. Awesome, thank you. Mariah M, $1.99. We're listening to two depots because they're boring and they bring you to sleep. Right? Legal Mindset is up. Nate and Andrew. Well, let's see if I have redirect privileges to him. If he is, I'll be happy to send people his way when this is over. I do not have redirect privileges to him. So I can't do it. Lame. The whole thing in YouTube needs to be fixed. The whole thing sucks. Jonathan Rosen gives SEK $20. What time at your place here? It's 1:43 a.m. It's currently 7:51 p.m. Central Time. Thank you. Utopia gives €5. Kurt, Rick, how do you feel about the quote Amber Turd unquote being permanently in court record? It was a pretty solid moment for me. Eric Song gives $2. If Amber Heard teams run on time, would you recall JD? Absolutely not. There's no point. OK Tempura says, can we please stream a movie? We'd have to do it on Twitch, and maybe. Boss Attorney Bree is streaming. Well, I can't redirect unless I have permissions by her. She has to set it up so I can do it. So if she has given me permissions, I'll be happy to do it. The lawyer, I'll be happy to stream to any of these guys or kick him over to any of these guys, but I don't have redirect permissions. £5. The thematic Uncivil Law legal bites said you can't subpoena someone that's dead. That's unacceptable. How do I get around and compel them to testify? Bethany Elizabeth Sykes. The case to some degree could be argued to illustrate the contrasting relationship between the law, media, social classes, and drug use. Thoughts? For sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. LMDR 73, $5. What am I going to do with my life after this is over? Keep coming to my channel because we'll have more legal videos. Please keep your channels going because I'm really enjoying this from Pensacola. I'm glad you are. Evergreen XD, €2. When the 27th is last, when it comes to the final, who wins? We'll find out on the 27th. Have I had a sleep study? Yes, I have had a sleep study. Thank you for asking. Diane Upshaw, $5. Amber's team strategy, a lot of weaknesses equal one great witness. Yeah. American Legend, $5. Both of you look sharp today, and Nate the lawyer, love the theming of your branding. He does have some good stuff, for sure. Beck's Fire gives $10. Have any of you watched the behavior panel, Body Language Guy, or Observe Analysis AH? All excellent in today's analysis of AH's cross-examination by the behavior channel is top. I have not watched that stuff because I'm too busy watching all the YouTube things, all the LawTube things. I watch pretty much everyone's content to the extent I have time. And obviously, me and my friends are putting out a lot of stuff. So, not a lot of time for anything else, but I try. Brian K became a new member. Thank you. Fairy Tatali. You are my favorite law tubers. Kurt, I'm logical too. People think I'm cold, but I'm not. Hogue. I'm not a gamer. Mario 3 NES is my favorite. Respect. And recently discovered how amazing Star Trek is. Nate, you're so much fun. I appreciate that. That's great. Okay, Tempura gave 200. Whatever. Most of all, you forget she's unbiased. She doesn't seem opinionated. Thank you for your chat. Mark M. Hong gives $2. See the Elon news released just an hour ago? Not really. I've been doing other things with my time. Trizadel 1964 gives $5. I'm having a hard choice choosing which to watch. Thanks. I understand and appreciate this. We appreciate all the love that you can give us. And me and my friends are putting a lot of quality content. So I really do appreciate it for sure. Thank you. $3 EW super sticker. Someone suggested I should do a doobie or edibles. Well, unfortunately, neither is available in Austin, so I can't. They're illegal. McDuffin Doug is $4.99. You guys have become part of me and my wife's Illinois grad CD routine. We all love Law Tube. Please do more content, Kurt. Absolutely, for sure, no problem. I am not a judge yet. Maybe someday. My P.O. box is listed on my About page of my channel. Peter Shoemaker, $20. Great commentary today, Kurt. CBL, $9.99. LawTube is keeping me intellectually engaged after retiring. Learning so much. Very much appreciated. Thank you. OK Tempura gives 40 something. Go play with your Marvel auction figures, Nate. I'm sure he will. He loves all that stuff for sure. Are all judges former lawyers? No, not all of them. Bev, $5. There isn't any evidence to substantiate AH's extreme claims of abuse. I mean, say there's not any evidence is slightly overstating, but not really. So there you go. Roxana wins, $1.99. I think JD is bringing in Jennifer Howe. I think so for sure. Toochman, $2. Loving all law tubes. Thanks. James Thomas gives $20. Trial ends. If LawTube could do special requested content, who'd done it? Recreate the story of the main event from each person's testimony using Barbara dolls and action figures. One person per voice, acting testimony like a puppet show. Maybe. Mandy, justice for Johnny Depp, $2. Do the 8 hours of time include for closing? I'm not sure. My friends seem to think the answer is no. I am not convinced. So I'm not sure either way. So, yeah. Everything Baseball Network, $1.99. Nate, when did you retire? I'm alumni, lol, 2011. Space Cake, £2. Only Steyer's abuse, Amber Heard and Whitney agreed on. AH punched JD. True. Regina Fagel, 1999. Do you think it likely high socioeconomic status of the jury has any bearing here? Fairfax County is the 5th richest county in the United States. It sure is. And I think it's nearby Loudoun that's actually like the richest. I don't know if it has any bearing on it or not, to be quite honest. So Nikki gives $4.99. If it was me on the jury, I give it to Johnny just for being in a garbage franchise. Marvel is better. Thank you very much, Nikki. Collab Foth, $5. Everyone here should watch Uncivil Benton versus Blue video. My introduction and favorite of ULs. P.S. All hail he who boiled for our sins. Get some sleep. Thank you. I'll try. OK Tempura. Shout out my Indian bros of high socioeconomic status in the jury. Thank you from India. Susan Endlich gave me 1999 as a super sticker. Thank you very, very much. Melissa Diane gave me 179 in pounds for self-care day. I feel like I definitely need it for sure. Pippa Leah, $1.99. Is there a bombshell you know of? Think that Amber Heard could crawl? Nope. Daft Digital, $2. Total turd performance. Charlie Harris, $5. Is it possible this long line of video depots is to distance the jury from Amber Heard direct cross? I'm sure that's at least in part of it. Yes, I'm sure that is part of the motivation. But they'll all be reminded of it in close. $20 from Jay Wolfenstein. We should totally believe all women, especially when they say it's fine. I feel that. I feel that for sure. You know, if women would do that less, it would be really, really helpful. I don't really like having to try to guess. I don't really like, well, you know what's going wrong. It's like even if I could try to figure, it's like because I never guess correctly. It's like you should know. It's like I don't know what's important to you. Please stop doing this. It's not helpful. I'll tell you right now, women, and I'm not sure what it says about being in a relationship with me, but I just want to let you know. If I ask, where do you want to go out to dinner? And you tell me it doesn't matter, I'm going to say, great, be ready in 15 minutes. Because it doesn't matter. Right? So it doesn't matter where we're going to go. I'm not playing this game. I'm not doing it. I don't want to play 20 questions. I don't want to be a mind reader. Just tell me. Please don't do this. It's very annoying. Noah B, 5 pounds. After the trial's over, I want to watch along with Star Trek The Next Generation on Twitch with Hogan Uncivil. Twitch can pair with Amazon Prime Video. They sure can. But women expect men to be mind readers. That's coming from a woman. Okay, why do women expect men to be mind readers? Are women mind readers of other women? Can women read other women's minds? Do they always know what they want and how they feel? And when they're telling the truth and when not? Do women have an ability to know what women really want? Other women want? Do they have the ability to know what they need, what their preferences are, what they're thinking, why they're really upset? Do women have an ability to do this for other women? Yes? Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're magical, yes. Well, you know, maybe women are magical, but I can't do it. I can't do it. So maybe women have some special ability to read other women's minds and know what they're really thinking and feeling, and they're always correct. But I don't know that that's true because women are not known especially for reading other men's minds. Although sometimes it's because there isn't anything there. And we're thinking about what you would consider to be stupid things, which is true. Because I have thoughts wander. Right? I have thoughts wander, and this is like a cliche about men. So it seems to be true for men. Like, you know, the old cliche of the man and woman in bed together, the woman saying, I bet he's thinking about other women. And he's thinking about something really stupid, like how are tires made? Because we have, you know, really sometimes thoughts that just bounce around. Let's put on the lights behind me. That'd be good. Let's bring in some lighting into this. So it's either I'm thinking nothing or I'm thinking something stupid. From your point of view, because I have random thoughts. Like maybe I wonder if he's thinking about other women. No, it was maybe I'm thinking about a rap career. Didn't see that one coming, did you? Debbie Swan, $5. Kurt, go get a turkey dinner. It will help you sleep. Think Thanksgiving. Thank you. Daniel Hammett, men make us read minds too. Yeah, the thing is with men, sometimes there is nothing to read. That's not to say it isn't always true. But sometimes when you ask us what you're thinking or something's wrong, we're like nothing. Sometimes it really is nothing. So, or sometimes it's so stupid as to be irrelevant to whatever you're concerned about. You know? So it's like not worth mentioning. Daniel Hammett gave $5. I feel like today was Amber Heard's team throwing everything at the wall and hope something sticks. All it did is prove they had nothing concrete. Now I need to adjust the color temperature of the light in front of me so I'll be less red. There we go. Just tell me what you want and tell me what you think. Please, just tell me. I'm a nice guy. I really am. I'm a really nice guy. I'm really kind and really loyal, and I want to make you happy. I really do. Please don't make me guess. Daniel Hammett, £5. I feel like today was Amber's team throwing everything at the wall and hope something sticks. All it did was prove they had nothing concrete. Thank you. $5 from Sims Rock. Why won't anyone mention the money and job date he lost when he lost Fantastic Beasts? I mean, they've been talking about it to some degree, but maybe it's outside the period. You know. See, Mary, $5. If her case is dismissed, how will it be told to the jury? Disregard all the testimony? No, it won't be told to them. It just won't be in their charge for the jury. They're not going to make a special point of it. Tubesy, £5. I thought Depp's therapist was great for him. A troubled, caring man who's working on his flaws. I was moved. Jury 2, Amber own goal again. I feel like that's turned out to be a lot of this, you know? I feel like a lot of this has turned out that way. Like many women, or like many men, I just want a woman to love. And a woman to love me. You know? Life goals. Elena Elise, $10. Thank you for staying up for this. You're a trooper. I wouldn't mind a random Uncivil Spa Day video. Perfect time to practice those rap bars. Thank you. $1.99 from Roxanne Wins. They spent $6 million on the computer guy. I doubt that's true, but they certainly spend something on it. Matrix, $20. As a former object in a DV, I would never raise my hand to my ex ever. I left after 20 years, but everything I did was to make peace, take blame. I never believed a word she said. She hit the wrong man. She pushed. I'm really sorry to hear that. Erica Ashford, $4.99. AH's agents say Jason Mama had an issue with lack of chemistry he had with AH. Did you hear that? Seems like a lot of people didn't. I'm not quite sure that he said that Jason. I'm not sure he said precisely that, but maybe he did. I think you think what he said is they didn't have great chemistry together, which is slightly different, but maybe my memory is faulty because I'm working on basically no sleep for 2 days. But thank you very much. Anna Fowler, $5. Do you think all the tape testimonies hurt Amber Heard? Even though she didn't have great witnesses, would it have been better if they were all in person? Yeah, for sure. Tracy, $3.999. Sorry if this was already asked. What rebuttal witnesses would you like JD's lawyers to call next week? Kate Moss, Dr. Curry. That's about it. Mandrake, $5. Oh, plus the woman, plus the person who can contradict the sister. That person too. Those are 3 I want. $5 from Mandrake. Plus, I loved he said, I'm not saying the hashtags themselves are negative. Next person. So the negative hashtags you said, no resistance. The lawyer's trying to get control. That's just all that is. It's the lawyer just trying to get control and reframe. AT1 CVB 41. Unix guy lost me when he said he wrote a program to randomize. David, cosmic ray counter such otherwise is only pseudo random. For the purpose of this jury, I don't think you need to make that distinction. So, to me, it didn't go anywhere with it, but okay. Kaylee 499 supporting LawTube. Thanks for your insights. You're welcome. Sandra Joe Hendry $10. If her team uses all their time and Jap teams uses what time they need and then finish, do you finish early or use every minute? No, I'd finish early. If I have nothing left to say, I have nothing left to say. You don't want to spend more time than you have to. If you're done, you're just done. Nothing wrong with giving up time. Plus, it's a bit of a power move, which is always nice. Bunny Fufu 1999. What do you think about Amber Heard's talent agent talking like success of Aquaman had so much to do with Amber Heard? Momo was the main draw for the movie, not Amber Heard. Well, I guess it depends on your perspective. I couldn't say, but maybe Amber Heard was the primary draw for people. Maybe Jason Momoa is just, maybe Momoa's just an also around. It could be. Natalie's on. Let's see if I can redirect to Natalie. Do I have permissions to redirect to Natalie? Let's find out. No. Next. M. Adams gave $1. Thank you. 99 Red Balloons. Amber witnesses are some warnings. Yeah. Corey Scanlon. Didn't JD testify issue post not before Australia? Amber came flying down, angrily resulting in the finger incident. Sure. This beautiful journey about the hypnosis videos. Thank you very much. SM, $5 Canadian. Can Amber Heard's lawyers intentionally do this for appeal on incompetency? No. Incompetency for a lawyer is really, really hard. They are legally competent. They're not even close to illegal to non-competent as lawyers. They're not even close. I don't see any valid grounds of appeal at this time. Bailey, £2. Guys, please suggest the best closing strategy for JD. There's so many choices. It doesn't matter. Islo Mella, 499. I think Ellen meant he tossed me aside for Kate Moss. Maybe. Mr. Mustachio, $5. Tried to make toss sound violent. It's like trying to say bubble and sound angry. Bubble! Catherine S., $4.99. Take a bubble Benadryl and put on an audiobook. You'll be asleep in a couple hours. That's not really encouraging, but thank you. SM, $2 Canadian. Appeal on incompetency? Not a chance. Jake Luke at $4.99. Hey, guys, love you both. Any comparisons you can make to OJ trial with this one given the celebrities and movie-like journey so far? Not really. Maybe someone else can, but, it's not really invoking that for me, but Moma. I'm doing the best I can. I'm tired. Don't correct my pronunciation. Not today. Some other day. Roxanne Wins gave $4.99. JD called the attorney at AH's demand. I took away that AH delayed the prenup. So long the only option was a postnup, and JD withdrew because AH is fighting in Australia. Probably. Terry Zaliski, $4.99. Wouldn't you make rebuttal quick? Again, I wouldn't make it any longer than I need to. I'm already winning. So why make it any more complicated than I need to? Christine K, not to hip to the business model of everyone's promoting legal bites. Saw Emily help Runkle go to 110K. Please promote your channels. I try to from time to time, but you don't want to seem overly arrogant and you don't want to seem like overly needy and stuff. So it's a bit of a troubling thing. It's like you don't want to seem so like bolstering and self-bolstering. You don't want to let it go by. It's an interesting dynamic. Thank you, Janine, for that super chat. I appreciate your super chat support. I'll just read it now. Why not? Jenny L 9999. Thank you for explaining everything so well. Much appreciated. Yeah, very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's very generous of you. Terry Zelinsky 499. And who's going to buy Miss Bites her what if any shirt? I think I know what I'm getting for her wedding. Diana Satana, $2. Love you and Kurt's your opinions. Now, the really strange move, and it's probably a bad idea. It's probably an exceptionally bad idea. But on the idea that Dr. what's his name bought Amber Heard a nightgown for her wedding as some sort of callback, get Alita a nightgown and have the nightgown say what if any. Probably not that direction. Some other direction. Again, 2 days and no sleep, so forgive me for stupid plans. Q squared, $5. When you react to the state's court case about police breaking into someone's home in plain clothes, that's when I subbed you. Yeah, that was Ben versus Blue. Great one. Phil H, $1.99. WAPO. Case centers on 2018 op-ed Hurt wrote. No one's denying she wrote the op-ed. The title has been somewhat disputed. What if any nightgowns was received as a wedding gift? Well, shoot your shot. I'm not sure at her wedding is necessarily the most appropriate time to try the shoot my shot approach, but thank you. Chelsea D, $4.99. Calm by nature, good for ambient noise. Some nature videos and others like Jazz Cafe in a Storm. Cozy cottage by the sea and rain on temp with campfire. Thank you. David Greenberg, $5. Will JD release who will be his rebuttal witnesses, or will it just be a surprise? It's basically a surprise. Mega Me, 81, $5. Lato has shown up on Vinny Week. Yeah, he has. Dodman, $2. Super Lures. Thank you. Shimpasta, $10. Kurt with a K. Chad is with you. Also, if you tried a really long walk, tired body could force sleep. No, not yet, but I'm not sure I have energy for that anyway. Dash Usher, $20. You're the first law tube I found covering the CDC moratorium. I've been having fun listening and watching you since. Before Mom passed away, I'm sorry to hear that. She hated listening to you since we both have the same, speech tick. Thank you. I'm sorry that your mom died. I hope things are going all right for you. Q squared, $5. To be fair, I can really only watch you and Natalie the Lure Check regularly, with an occasional episode where I skip due to an opinion puff piece you both do. Okay. I mean, not all my content is going to be to everyone's taste, right? You got to find stuff that will work, and you got to experiment with new things. But Mad Woman with a box wants to take me out for muffins and mega pints. That sounds really good. Mad Woman with a box. Send me an email or Twitter. My contact information is on my page. In fact, it's probably in the description of this video. Gallon Smith became a new member. Thank you. And that also goes to all the other women out there who are looking for a funny, caring man, so forth and so on. Great. Carrying on. Thomas Hogue, the father, $9.99. Congratulations on Hogue Law 90K. It's been such a pleasure to watch you both. LawTube. Hogue father likes me too. That's good news. Do I like Linkin Park? Not especially. Perry Campbell became a new member. Thank you. Maya Bourne became a new member. Thank you. XCR Gaming became a member. Thank you. Matrix became a member. Thank you. Maggie Miller, 499. What would you do closing, including for JD or AH? I guess for AH, all I have left is really the technical legal arguments and hope they ignore everything else. I'm so fascinated by this case and enjoy LawTube a lot. Thanks for putting yourself throughout this. Yeah, do Daybell and you'll explode in cases. That's kind of the direction I'm hoping things will go for. So, I hope so. You wish you had a single girlfriend? So do I. G Dash says, please do Scottish breakdowns this weekend. I probably will. I want to do the one with Ted Cruz. Scott Cardinal, $5. I'd like to send you a bottle of Dreamology. All natural supplement. Works great for sleep or relaxation. Made by Treat Yourself Yogurt Shop. Awesome stuff. My P.O. box is in my description of my channel page. Abby Smith, 1999. Sent Hogue and Aaliyah chats and could not leave you out. Thanks for everything you are doing with the breakdowns. You're welcome. How old am I? I'm 41 years old. Perry Camel, $10. On Trazodone, you have to go to bed as soon as you start feeling tired or your active brain will override it. Been using it 40 years. Thank you. Ali, $2. Are you taking the Texas bar in July? Yes, I am. Hal Pike, $5. Wouldn't it be funny if Amber Turd makes it in closing arguments? Joshua Abor, Kurt, Rain sounds ibuprofen PM and we love you. Thank you very much. Terry Tierman, $10. Since AH met with a lady from Australia and told her about the essay, the lady who said she didn't know about the essay until AH told her. Isn't that witness tampering? What should be done? I don't know. Probably not. Yeah. I'm looking to have biological children. So I would be looking for a younger woman, obviously, for logical reasons. Preferably one that does not already have children. Thomas Brown, $4.99. Thanks for all the content, Kurt. Cool to see you repping Clemson. Respect. I live right down the road from there. Thank you. Q Square, $2. I find CBD gummies work well. I've tried that too, but why am I asking for money? What? Retro Troopers, $1. DCD 9999 McDonald, $2. Good Logic is streaming right now. Thank you very much. I should have thought of that years ago. Thanks. That's great news. That's just really encouraging. Thank you, Anna, for that. That's just really wonderfully encouraging. I just really, really appreciate your warm, supportive thoughts. That's just fantastic. Sklanked, who's worse, Binger or Elaine? Binger is much, much worse. Be careful about what I say. Why? Delisa 393. Women have special powers. I don't care where we go to dinner as long as you're paying. I'm always happy to pay for, when we first meet, especially. I am single. SENXO88, $20. Kurt, you're the realist. I vibe with you 100% and appreciate so much of your insight. Dig the content. Stay real, homie. I'm cranky. I am a little bit at this point. I'm tired of shit. Phantom Boomer, $5. I think that women can read men's minds. I was married to someone who usually told me what I was thinking. It was different from what I was saying. Wow. That's, wow. Parade Campbell, $10. Nah, women can't read men at all. Since my psychological profile is that my brain works 50-50. I kind of feel like I'm in no man's land. I appreciate that. Dasserini, $2. Not all women are like that. Of course not. Mary Robinson, $5. I love you. You're never too tired to show your boundless gratitude, Kurt. I try. Erica Ashoff, $1.99. Only insecure women are like that. Perhaps. Perhaps. Hafka, $1.99. Sometimes guys aren't thinking about anything. This is very true. Q Square, $10. Never heard a woman say, I don't care, but care for dinner. Partners in good relationships are going to be putting themselves in the shoe of the other person. Empathy is a defining respect of humanity. Fair enough. Cindy S., $5. I disagree with you. If I'm asked out, I don't care what we go. I'm from Georgia. Don't try to feed me beets or livers and we're good. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't try to feed you anything in particular. We're just going to go to the restaurant that I pick because you don't care. What you order once you're there, I don't really care about. Girl will do $2. Stick to females and analytical careers. We love facts. Okay. Dr. Heider, 1999. When you get the chance, go back and look at the medical records from X-ray on day one. Apparently, Amber Heard can travel backwards in time. That's funny. Jessica McIntyre. Can giant lawyers call new witnesses after Amber turns rests her case? Yes, they can. For the purposes of rebuttal. Ali, $5. What was the point of bringing Waldman? We've all taken the MPRE and know he couldn't answer because of attorney-client privilege. Desperate hope. Desperate hope. Matthew Rial, 1999. Shouldn't the super lawyer told Amber, if there's even the slightest chance you were exaggerating, don't do this or it could destroy you financially? I imagine a lot of people tried to talk to Amber, but Amber wasn't taking it. And, thank you very much for the super chat from Jenny L, 99.99. That's very generous of you. Thank you very, very much. Dylan Beer, 9.99. Hey, Kurt, it's probably hurting you that you've been grinding for years and other YouTubers are passing you at the moment. But be grateful and faithful with people's trust. Get reward. Don't covet. Well, okay. Allison Suter, 199. No question. Just love your commentary. Thank you. Just Jill became a member. Thank you. Yuki Hataki. Do you think Laura's founder on Wish.com? Sounds about right. Man Woman with the Box. We did that earlier. $10. Thank you very much. Diana P. 999. Hey, Kurt. Found you out from Legal Bites. I just want to tell you I love your opinions and sensitivity. You strike an important balance out there. Thank you. Thank you. Mose became a new member. Muffins and Mega Pints. $2. Killing it. Favorite part of the Depp trial so much? When it ends, I guess. I know it hasn't happened, but still. Monkey Plant 279. Have you tried CBDM? It's not the same as CB. I don't know. Tusha says 499. Kurt, come on. How can I contact you, bro? I love you, man. You're smart too. Be careful. The contact information for me is on my page. On the description of every video is my contact information, basically. It gives my Twitter, it gives my email, it gives my Instagram, and then if you go to my channel's about page, it has a PO box. There is lots of different ways to contact me. So many ways to contact me. You're wrong, $5. JD got all the money from Harry Potter movie, even though he wasn't in it. Oh, that'd be why it hasn't been brought off. Cool. And $5 from Mose. Just want to throw shackles to show my support to my favorite law tuber. Honestly, you sparked my interest in law I haven't had since college in 2000. Awesome. Thank you. So that is the end of the super chats. We've been here an hour 49. Jay gave $1. Thank you. We've been here an hour 49. And as you know, I am absolutely exhausted. So I'm going to try very hard to take a shower. And then I'm going to pass out. So, Lance Wolf. Gave $5 Australian. Elaine tries to plug hearsay with it's not offered for the truth of the matter. Is this a valid rebuttal? Yes, if it's not. For it to be hearsay, it does have to be offered for the truth. So if it's true that it's not offered for the truth, yes, that would be a valid rebuttal. Jasmine says, can you please answer my question? I don't know. What was your question, Jasmine? Do I have to go hunt for it now? Why JD psychologists have to testify when JD not make any mental health claims? I'm not 100% sure about that, to be quite honest. Janet Dick 499 Kurt, I love and value your opinions. I feel like you try to process information similarly than my brother is one of my favorite people. I'm a cliche. Hello, Kurt. You often seem to be attempting to repress Vesuvius of anger. What's the source? I don't really grant your premise. I don't think I'm a deeply angry guy. I mean, from time to time, I feel anger like everyone else is an emotion. But I don't feel like I'm repressing Vesuvius of anger. Okay. Remember to do the YouTube things, like, comment, subscribe, all the rest of it. I'll be on tomorrow with Legal Bites. And until later, my friends, I hope all is well. Cheers and goodbye.